Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 70. That felt really weird to say. I don't know why. Of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Pretty good.
Bing bong.
Bing buzz. Drinking some coffee, not beer. How you doing, sir?
I've been better.
Yeah.
So yesterday was Wingfest.
Shout out to Memphis. Wingfest here in Memphis.
It was awesome. Had
Okay.
a great time. Definitely want to do it again next year. Things got a little out of control.
Mm-hmm.
Not really out of control, but
Did you get in a fight?
No. Everybody's very happy, whatever. I did
I was going to ask when I saw it.
that.
I thought maybe it was
You
Murphy.
can see that. And then you can't really see it, but so when we were walking back to the car with a cooler full of stuff,
Hey, I bet I can do a hurricane kick.
we parked, I don't know, maybe like a half mile away. I don't know. And I walked all the way to within about 10 feet of our car and then decided to just trip. I just
While holding the cooler?
ate it. Yes.
Did you save the cooler?
The cooler's fine. I was a little worse.
Should have
for wear.
seen the other guy.
I woke up with a nice like golf ball. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but a nice big lump on my knee. I apparently just right into the ground, and it still hurts.
The pavement?
I guess, yeah. I don't know. I just basically slept on the way home. Brittany, went over to mom and dad's to pick up Murph, and Dad was like, "Where's Sean?" Brittany's like, he's sleeping out in the car. And Dad was just like, "Oh God."
What time did you get back?
Oh, like 9. And I was out cold as soon as I got
But
home.
wait, what time did you drop him off? Like 7?
Like 8. No, we were there we got there around 9, and we were there till about 8. But it was so much fun. Ran into Nick Shafani. One of the main guy whose team I was on, Mark. Shout out to Mark if I think he watches / listens. Apparently Nick knows him.
Okay.
So
Small world. Memphis is a big, small town.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. At one point I just somebody was driving by in a golf cart, and I just decided to go for a ride on the golf cart. So I just sat on it. And
You remember it, or people told you this happened?
No, I remember it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, bye. And then I just took off on this golf cart, and I don't know. I don't even know I don't know who these people were, but
Did they know you were on the golf cart?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They didn't care. And then they just started driving. They went down here, and then they came back, and I was like, all right, this is my stop. So I jumped back off, and then just went back to it.
I made the
today
mistake.
I saw that I texted you and Dad. I don't remember that.
You just texted me once.
twice.
3 times a lady. Hold on.
I texted
thought you
you
just
because
texted-
you asked, "Are you still beer
Are you still
free?"
beer free? That's all I remember.
And I
texting
said
you.
beer free since
1993, and I said nope. What
and
else?
then you said you were going to IKEA, which
yeah.
I'm sure we'll hear about in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't really remember this. And then
You
by the
formed
end
a complete sentence. You said, "Oh man," period. For what? Whereas, when I was texting Daniel from the episode 50 podcast, I was like, "This is I don't hate you. How long you want drunk? Drunk." I said,
Drubka. What else? Oh god! And then by the end of the night, this made me think of something. The end of the night, it just turned into a just drunken, singing, dancing. We were singing. I mean, there was some NSYNC and some Backstreet Boys, and
Topical.
what I realized because I played it again today, because it came
Backstreet
up. We
Boys
met
is
with
better.
our DJ, and this song came up. I stand by NSYNC being better, but I Want It That Way is
I told you
freaking
forgot how perfect that song
masterpiece.
is. Yes.
That song is so
That's why I said, I was like,
good.
if you're going to say Bye 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 is number 1, then it's 1A. But I think they're even
I
They're
Want It That Way
different, though.
is probably, out of both of them, the best, like, I guess, ballad.
I guarantee
Bye Bye
you,
Bye's fun, but
James Hetfield would sing that song if it came on the radio. Lead singer of Metallica.
yes, probably.
I think nobody doesn't. If you were at least 8 or 9 years old when that came out, so if you were at least born in 1990 or later, that song comes on, you're singing it. I don't care how cool you are, how tough you are, how hard you are singing I Want It That Way.
That's tremendous.
Period.
Tremendous song.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm not.
But yeah, so I'm in pain today. But plus my legs, even my other leg has been hurting all day. And I talked to Brittany and
Join the club. I'm over here with a big old bag of ice on my foot.
I think she knows what I'm
That's
talking
a Justin
about.
Timberlake song. I think that she knows. I don't know why.
My
Love
legs,
Stone, that's what that is.
My legs, like my calf
Sorry.
and like my shin, I guess, but not the bone, but have just been hurting all day, just like throbbing. And I just like, and she said, yeah, I get that sometime if I'm standing all day in like uncomfortable shoes. And I
Were you
stood
wearing your
all
Chucks yesterday?
No, I had
Oh.
like sneakers on.
Okay.
But my leg, they're better now, but I popped a few Advil. But yeah, I've just been hurting all day. But Wingfest was a lot of fun. I can't wait till next year, because I'm definitely doing it again.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing. That song, we were playing that last night, and I dropped the No Goodbye.
You dropped the B-side
But
version?
nobody-
That's awesome.
nobody-
Seriously?
Nobody even like noticed.
I remember when
they
I
probably just
found
thought I
that.
didn't know the words. Like this drunk guy.
When I found that, no, that's what it started. It was going to be No Goodbyes.
Right.
That's what it was first. And then before they put it on the album, they made it I Want It That Way. I'm sorry. I don't know why I know these things, but I do.
Oh, it was going to be.
It was going to be
called
No Goodbyes. But then they ended up, there was either, I don't remember if I had like a demo version. Not that they gave it to me. I'm just saying like I got it illegally from like Kazaa or something, LimeWire or something. Because I don't think they ever really released. It's one of those things that it finally came out digitally, the actual No Goodbyes song.
right.
It was No Goodbyes. That's why I'm never gonna. It's a real song with real lyrics and everything.
So the whole thing was like a totally different
It was-
song. I thought that
Instead
was
of
just.
Tell Me Why, it was No,
No
Goodbyes.
But that's the only thing that was different.
No. Tell me why. No Goodbyes. That's why. I don't know. I'm not going to get into this. We should
No
save this for
goodbyes.
episode. Maybe we'll
That's
sing it for
why.
episode 75. I don't know.
Oh God. All right. So what about you? You went to IKEA.
Went to IKEA.
Big weekend.
I can understand why people like that store, kinda. One thing though, I noticed they trap you in there. Like once you're in, you
have to follow
the
the whole
yellow
path
brick road. I'm
until
like,
you're at the end.
this is bull. Like I was looking for podcast chairs. I did find some, but I'm like, I don't know if we want to spend 50 a piece on a chair because I'm the
That
cheapest
place is
person
weird,
alive.
Because some things you'll find there and they're like dirt cheap, and then some things are super expensive. You're like, why is this coffee table $1,000? But then it's like, well, why is this bed like $27? Like,
Right.
it just seems like it's all over the place. But
Yeah.
they have good stuff there. But
It was fine. We did that just because we had a date night, and Jess has been wanting to go. So I said, I'll go. And we were also looking for stuff for the baby and stuff because we're trying to figure out if is all Casey's stuff staying upstairs, or we're going to bring that downstairs and get Casey new stuff.
what did you think of the Fluffentaugen?
What? They have Swedish meatballs, and I think those are the
Those
most
are good.
No, they can't be. Swedish meatballs are the most disgusting thing in my life. I didn't eat them because I was full off of sushi. I hate Swedish meatballs.
How do you hate Swedish meatballs?
Did Mom make them? Is that why I'm scarred?
I don't think she made them.
Or was it just gray meat that I'm thinking of?
Gray meat.
The worst
You know what
name
Mom
ever.
made that I hated?
Mom, you don't watch.
Do you remember Swiss steak?
Yeah, it's good, but not when Mom makes it. When she
Oh,
was
see, I
just
don't
like
had it. Sorry, Mom.
it was
I did
steak
not
like in
it.
red sauce and stuff
it
or
was like
something.
on a tomato sauce.
Yeah.
but it wasn't even like steak. It was just like
It's like pot
beef.
roast.
It
Or
was like
something,
yeah, it was, I did
It's like a
not
roast.
that.
So, anyways, I think Swedish meatballs are gross. Jess said I'm crazy.
You think that like you
I
think
I
you
have
think
a
that?
memory of them being gross.
But do you even remember what they taste like, or you just remember that you don't like
It's
them?
just they don't taste like an Italian meatball because they're not supposed to. I know that, but I just don't.
It's so I don't see how you wouldn't like them.
I don't like Swedish meatballs. I don't know, But then when we put, because we were talking about the Swedish meatballs, then you pull up to the freaking store, and then there is like a 20 by 40 foot sign up on the thing that says Swedish meatballs $4.99. And I was like, you have to pay. I thought they were just. I had this vision that you're just walking through the store and there's like crock pots of Swedish meatballs everywhere and coffee stations. They got a whole freaking food court and stuff. This is the weirdest. I don't know. I didn't see any tables that I like better than what we're planning. I will say that.
No, yeah.
So we're
stay tuned for that.
Let me upgrade you. So that was fine. But the reason we went to IKEA was because Jess agreed to go. Oh wait, but before that, my Saturday went with my stupid cat almost dying.
What?
It's a trap. Easter lilies are poisonous to felines. And I got an Easter lily. When I went and got stuff from
just Easter
Lowe's,
lilies.
Lots of different. I mean, poinsettias are too, but Easter lilies.
I think that's not true.
Well,
but yeah.
The March for Science says otherwise. No. So this stupid cat. So Friday I stayed home because my friggin' foot was killing me. He yacked like 4 times.
Wait, that's why you stayed home Friday?
Because of my foot, yeah.
Oh.
Because I just was like, I've got to get off my... Like, it is killing me. I still don't know what I did. It still hurts like hell. I don't know what it is. So I stayed home. He puked 4 times. He puked like 3 more times that night. One time I noticed when he puked, there was a little bit of green in there. Like, it was definitely part of a leaf. I'm like, that's... It's like, he's probably so hungry. Because I stopped giving him food because he wouldn't stop puking. So I'm like, he's probably so hungry he's eating the leaf. Not thinking. Next morning, Jess is like, oh, because he puked like 3 times overnight. She's like, gosh, I wonder if, that Easter lily, I wonder if he ate that. And I went, what do you mean? Like, why? She's like, well, they're poisonous. I was like, let me do some Googling because he definitely ate it because there was a leaf, part of a leaf in his puke. And then it was like, after 24 hours, kidneys can shut down. They'll die. But I was like, oh my God, my cat. Turns out he was okay. They said it must have been that he just didn't eat a lot. He was completely dehydrated, but his blood levels and everything were fine. His kidneys are fine, which is that's what it does is shut down the kidneys and they die. We've seen what happened to Jack. When your kidneys shut down, it's bad. So he's okay. They gave him some IV fluid, so he had the hump back here. Like, did you ever see Jack when I had to give him his IV?
I don't think so.
Because you just put it under the skin. You don't put it in a vein. So it just kind of all like bubbles. It's just like a big water bubble back here. And then it just gradually goes throughout the body and hydrates him. So Eli had that. He was a little humpback cat. And they gave him a shot for nausea. And after that, he's been fine.
Wow.
Easter lilies are bad. You probably won't have an Easter lily until maybe ever again or maybe next year. But anyways, so that was my Saturday. Saturday night, the reason we went to IKEA is because we had date night. We got sushi. Muy bien. Went to iSushi. No, wrong language, but it's still very good. We went to iSushi in Cordova, right next to the movie theater there. Very good. Went to IKEA. So she got what she wanted, and I got what I wanted. Fast 8, the fate of the faster, furiouser peoples.
Yes.
I was so pleasantly surprised with this movie. It did not suck at all. When I saw the first trailer, I remember I tweeted at Bernardo, and I told him, I was like, because he was like, this looks awesome. I was like, this looks like the worst movie ever. Dom's a bad guy. There's a sub. Cars are flipping. I'm like, they've now gone way past like the stuff in 5. You haven't seen 5, 6, or 7.
No.
You have to. 5 is the best. 5 is just.
Was that the first one with The Rock?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not just that he helped, but it becomes a heist movie.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat believable until the end. 6, there's the runway that's like 13 miles long when it was really not that long, but whatever. And then 7, Paul died and all that. I mean, you know what I mean? Paul Walker died in real life and all that was just weird. But 8, for a movie that has a nuclear sub being turned on, being somehow shutting down a I don't want to get into spoilers, but okay, so Watch Dogs 2. Think of Watch Dogs 2. You haven't played it, you still need to play it.
Yeah.
Hack everything. You can hack cars. Cars get hacked in this. There are zombie cars in this. Sounds stupid. Freaking awesome the way they did it. I don't want to give spoilers away. Like, you don't go to see this movie for spoilers, but I will just say I like it. I think like I was tweeting Bernardo and Logan last night and Alex from Rational Podcast. My ranking is 5, 1, 6, 8, 7, 2, 4, 3. Come at me. I don't think 2 is horrible. 4 is horrible. 3 is not even worth watching. This was way better than I thought it would be. And what I was going to say is this was actually more believable. The sub thing that you've seen, like, by the time when you just see that in a trailer, you're like, okay, they're going to go to space next, like Call of Duty. You know, like what else is left? The producer said on the Bill Simmons podcast, they're not going to space. He said, that's stupid. We're never going to space. I get why people say that. We're not going to space. But by the time you get to the sub thing, they made it believable. Now, I don't know about, you need to see it because there's a nuclear sub in it.
Right.
And you can tell me it was believable. But by the time they got there, it was good. They leave the door open for 9 and 10 because we know that's coming. The Rock was awesome in it. Jason Statham was awesome in it. They brought back some people that I didn't think would ever come back. That was cool. I don't mean like back from the dead, but just back that if you're a Fast and Furious fan, you're going to see them and be like, oh, that's awesome. They brought that dude back. I don't remember their names, but they're awesome.
Right.
Very, very enjoyable movie. Kicking off the summer right early because the summer movie summers keep starting earlier and earlier now. I loved it. Great movie. If you're a fan of Fast and Furious, like I walked out of 7 saying that's it. I'm never watching another one. Paul Walker's gone. I can't.
So was 7 not good, or it was just in hindsight it wasn't? You know, it's got the whole Paul Walker.
I didn't think
shadow
7 was
over it.
very good because there's stuff like they jump out of an airplane in cars with parachutes and land perfectly fine. Paul Walker is doing all kinds of like they really became. They went like they were full out superheroes in Fast 7. Like The Rock is not in the movie for a lot. Spoilers. I'm not really giving away the story. But at one point, he comes back and pulls a Gatling gun off of a helicopter. He rips it off and then starts laying waste to people with a Gatling gun off of a helicopter. And the way the fight ended and this whole crescendo and how everything it was just weird and it didn't work. The end, the way they said goodbye to Paul was absolutely perfect. And the song was playing and all that stuff. And that song should have won. It didn't even get nominated for an Oscar. That's horrible. Like I heard like the guy on the Simmons podcast was saying, that's a crime. He's like, there has never been a song made for a movie that fit a movie more perfectly than that song did for Furious 7. Regardless, obviously Fast and Furious is never going to win Best Picture or anything, but everything they had to go through and to make that movie and to get the family's wishes and to do it right and everything just crescendoed into that ending with that song playing was absolutely perfect. They probably should have just said, and we're done.
Yeah.
But
too much money.
The budget for this was $250 million. I think that was the budget for Batman versus Superman. And this has already made $770 million worldwide or something. By the end of the weekend, it'll probably be over 9. It'll be close to $1 billion already.
I heard something that it was worldwide the biggest opening ever of anything ever.
$532 million because Episode 7 opened up in China a week or two later than it did here.
Oh, okay.
So, but if you would have combined that weekend with China's weekend opening for Episode 7, and that would have been bigger than this.
Gotcha.
But it was bigger than everything. Yeah.
Wow.
So go see it. You really should. If you watch 5, you'll be like, because think of 5 is almost like the starting of a new franchise. 5 is, I think, far and away the best. I love 1. We just watched the end of 1 before we started recording. Oh, you 10-second car. It's like there's so many quotable lines in that movie, and it's so good, and it holds up. But 5 is amazing because I absolutely love heist movies, and 5 is a heist movie. It's awesome.
I should go back and watch them all.
I've got them on Blu-ray. You can borrow them. I got 5, 6, and 7 on Blu-ray.
Really?
And I've got 1 and 2 on DVD. Not 3, not 4, because 4 is horrible. Tunnels. That's all I'll say. The Tunnels. Logan knows what I'm talking about now. Because Logan was watching it. I was like, I'm telling you, this is like the worst movie. He's like, he's tweeting, I don't know why people don't hate this movie. Then he gets towards the end. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah, the ending was absolutely garbage. I'm like, yes, there. Okay. You got there, Logan. Thank you for finally getting there.
Yeah.
But before we get into what we've been playing this week, we had a request.
Yes.
Did we not?
We did. Arrogant on Twitter at SJ Concepcion.
Yes.
It's as good as
He reached out to you on Twitter.
Well, to us. He reached out to Two Player Co-op. And asked us to weigh in on the whole Bob Mackey, a.k.a. Bob Servo, and Colin Moriarty.
Mark that down.
Beef, I guess.
So, a lot of you found us when Colin left Kind of Funny. Thank you. We say that all the time. Thank you for finding us. Almost all of you have stuck around post Colin. Thank you so much. Hope you realize and you've seen that we're not just a Colin Moriarty hot take podcast. However, I wanted to talk about this, and then when he reached out and said, I would like to get your thoughts on this, I think it needs to be talked about. Go look up at Bob Servo, BOBSERVO on Twitter. His name is Bob Mackey. Bob Mackey apparently has a major problem with Colin Moriarty and is actually, like, there's trolling on the internet, but then there's also, and Colin said at one point, and he's 100% right, it gets to like stalker level.
Oh, he's absolutely.
It gets
I think
to,
you
like,
said it. It's like single white female.
He's going single white female on Colin.
Yeah.
This all started, at least this was the first, because I went back and did some screenshots to remember when all this started. So this is the first time I ever remember hearing about him. February 5th, Super Bowl. Colin tweeted, so what if Lady Gaga gets political at hashtag SB51? The far left wants to stymie free speech. The rest of us are fine with it. Do you, Gaga? Okay, that's fine. I get what he's saying. Bob Mackey retweets it with, are you serious, mate? But this is where it gets really weird. Because he doesn't ever retweet or actually tweet at Colin. No. He tweets out a screen cap of Colin's thing. Because he's going to subtweet him. And he wants his little band of followers to be like, hey, yeah, man. But he doesn't have the balls to actually tweet Colin or actually retweet Colin. So Colin gets notified that this idiot's doing this. And then he followed it up with, Colin Moriarty's continuing relevance in the gaming is the gaming industry's greatest shame. Greg even got involved, Mr. I don't want to offend anybody and all this stuff and everything. And Greg said something to the effect of, oh, I thought I screenshotted it, but I didn't. Greg said something to the fact with, you're in games media and you have the nerve to be one of those internet commenters that we all hate and just start casting stones. Like, are you serious? Colin then followed up with, okay, buddy, because I guess this guy, again, I don't know how long this guy has been stalking Colin. Apparently they go way back to when IGN bought 1UP. Did you see this from this latest thing?
Maybe.
Colin finally was like, I'm done. Like, I'm going to go at this guy.
Yeah.
But back on the 5th, he said, okay, let's do something constructive with your loathing. Come debate me. We'll live stream it with an impartial moderator. We'll let the audience decide who wins. Loser gives $2,000 to a charity of the winner's choice. What do you say? Guy never did. Never got back to Colin. He just tweeted his followers who all hate him.
Yeah.
Or who hate Colin and all this other stuff. Then on February 20th, somebody tweeted Colin about, Colin said he wasn't, they asked him something about not going to events or something. And this was not when he didn't go to PAX East because of the Women's Day tweet. It wasn't that. This was just, he tweeted something and someone was like, oh, you talk about safe spaces, but you don't go to events. And Colin was like, well, I'm not asking anybody to protect me. I'm just choosing not to go. Like,
right.
That's not trigger warning. That's not any of these other things that people say. It's not that. So somebody tweeted at Bob Servo this, and he retweeted it and just did star sheaths katana star. Like, he's like, oh, okay, the fight's over, and puts it back in. Again, nobody will actually retweet Colin to this guy, and he won't do it. He just does pictures of stuff. Colin replied to him, I love how obsessed you are with me. It borders on unhealthy and even stalkerish, but I won't lie and say I don't enjoy it. Then there was some other stuff. There was all the stuff on the Women's Day thing.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. Do you remember what he tweeted then?
Servo?
Yeah.
No.
I can't even remember if he got involved then or not. But Colin, like a couple weeks ago, was going to be talking at UC Berkeley. No, USC.
USC,
Wow,
yeah.
USC. And they tweeted out he was going to be speaking with Dave Rubin and Steve Simpson. I don't know who Steve Simpson is. Good or bad, I don't know anything about the man. But they were going to be speaking at the Ayn Rand Institute or whatever. So Bob, again, not mentioning Colin in a tweet, screenshots the like promo thing, and he tweets out, "There's got to be a more efficient way to commit assisted suicide." Colin hears about this and responds, "Hey, Bob Servo, we'll be happy to put you in the front row and give you lots of Q&A time. Should you ever discover your balls, let us know." So then the straw that broke the Colin's back, he took a screenshot of somebody commented. So one of the Colin's Last Stand videos from this last week was talking about all the stuff that happened at UC Berkeley.
Yep.
These protests that turned super violent. Like, he made a video calling out both sides, saying you're both wrong, you're both killing your causes. You when you act like this, people on the right end up getting called white supremacists and all this stuff because you're responding with violence. If you're on the left, you start looking like a fascist or whatever because you're not letting these people have free speech, all this other stuff. He called everybody out on it. Somebody commented on the video and said, "Aren't you a little uncomfortable with both sidesing an issue when one extreme is white supremacy and the other extreme is anti-fascism," which is not at all what the extremes are.
No.
So he just replied, "No," because it's a stupid comment, and he called out both sides. So Bob Servo, again, because he has no freaking life, screen caps it again. Doesn't mention Colin in a tweet because he doesn't want to get into it because he's scared to death of Colin Moriarty, and says, "Pro tip, help your Patreon grow by tacitly appealing to white supremacists." So now you've gone from just trolling to being so jealous of Colin Moriarty that you're now implying that he supports white supremacists. You're also implying that people that watch his videos are white supremacists and that people that like Colin are that. Bob Servo, I replied to you on Twitter and I told you to eat a D. You don't respond to anybody except your followers who share your point of view, which I see when I look at your Twitter timeline, which is hilarious. Way to be open-minded and open to debate.
Yeah.
And he constantly tries to talk about how Colin's not that important and, it's just all crazy right-wing people like him and stuff and blah, blah, blah. Colin tweeted him back at something at this. I'll let you have some thoughts and I'll go find exactly what the tweet said. But Colin finally got to the point where he's had enough of this guy.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. I tweeted Colin and say, when does it actually become libel? He didn't respond to me. I'm guessing he saw it. And I would wonder when it does get to that point. Like a lot of people are responding to Colin, be like, just leave, just don't even engage with him. Don't give him, you're just giving him attention, all that. No, I don't. I get that when it's just normal troll, like, "Oh, you suck, you're ugly, your videos suck." This guy goes out of his way, and one of these things, Justin Davis, of course, got involved in because Justin is like, Colin, I'm jealous too. Like, I just don't know. My thoughts on this whole thing, obviously I'm a fan of Colin Moriarty. I'm not a white supremacist. Shocking, I know. Neither's Colin. Are you kidding me, you idiot, Servo? Bob Mackey. By the way, the other thing I looked up, there was this tweet where he tweeted back on February 6th. So after the first thing with Colin blew up, all these guys tweeting trash at me don't know how to grow beards and should probably stop. So then he screenshots this guy's profile picture. Actually, I think he grows a better beard than I do. So now he's calling out people's looks. So the funny thing that happened last night or a couple days ago, whenever all this thing happened, somebody find a picture, because it's always funny, not everybody, but a lot of times when I see people that have like cartoon characters or something as their Twitter profile.
Yeah.
Somebody found a picture of this guy. Have you seen it?
No.
Picture a like basement dweller.
I picture him looking like comic book guy from The Simpsons.
No.
Okay.
The ponytail and the bald.
Yeah.
No. Picture like a failed Beatles cosplayer or what was the band in the 90s?
Oasis?
Supernova. Yeah. Oasis cosplayer with like the bangs. They go like the thing, like the bowl cut goes way down here. And I don't make fun of people's appearances, but when he does, he's open game. So somebody, and Colin was like, all right, let's just leave. At first, Colin replied something to the picture, and then he's like, all right, let's just leave looks out of it. Like, we don't need to go there. But this guy, like, just, you just picture somebody that just lives in their basement, doesn't have any life outside of that basement.
That's exactly. He's a troll.
He
That's
just,
exactly.
I'm tough. And he hosts Retronauts. I've never heard of Retronauts. I've never heard of this guy before. Ever. And he's
Basically,
and
the only
Colin.
reason anybody's heard of this guy is because he
Right.
comes at Colin, and it's obviously it's pure jealousy. It's trying to get his name out there, and it's just, I mean, what a freaking low life. Like,
You're a complete loser, dude. And I know if you somehow see this, you're going to come at me. Oh, you've got 300 followers on Twitter. Aren't you impressive? I mean, I'm not claiming to be anybody. You claim to be somebody very, very important. And you have your 9,000 followers. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's great. That's awesome. Colin Moriarty has 165,000 or whatever it is. He founded a company that's now worth, I don't know how much money, left it to start his own company. And I bet that just eats at you, doesn't it, dude? He's making from Patreon $40,000 a month. And you just can't handle it, can you? You just get so mad, and the only thing you can do is get your little typewriter out and go, yeah, I'm going to type something, and I'm not even going to at you because I am too scared of you, and you would hurt me in a fight. And you're going to type, and you're going to type, and you're going to type, and you're going to subtweet, and you're going to do all this other crap because you're a loser. You are a loser. Colin's not right about everything, but to insinuate that the man is a white supremacist and the people that like him is... This is a PG podcast, but that's bullshit, dude. You're a friggin' loser, Bob Servo, and I hope you see this. What are some of your thoughts, Sean?
how do you follow that? I mean, you said it all.
I don't need to look up the tweet I was going to look up.
Yeah, he's just a jealous nobody, and part of me doesn't want to give him the attention because I don't think he deserves it. But at the same time, like, I want it. It's like my life's goal at this point, just to...
I want to see him fail.
Right. I just want to... yeah.
Now, I'm not... You can't, like, you know... I don't want any harm to befall him or anything like that. But I want whatever crappy Retronauts show, whatever he has that I've never heard of, I hope it just completely fails now. The funny thing is he used to work for 1UP. Oh, that's what Justin Davis got involved when this whole thing started. It was like, didn't you work in the same office as him at one time? And he's like, yeah, I did. And one time he came up to me in an airport. He was with Greg or something. Bob Mackey came up to Colin and was like, hey, I'm Bob. I don't know what the conversation was. I'm not going to try to insinuate that I do. Came up to Colin. Colin had no idea who he was. No idea who he was. The guy seemed, according to Colin, of course, you got to hear both sides, but according to Colin, he seemed very embarrassed and let down and all this other stuff that Colin had no idea who he was. The other thing Colin said, he said, it's funny how, he said, I can't imagine why, when IGN bought 1UP, you were literally the only person that they didn't bring over.
Seriously?
Yes.
Ouch.
So that probably has something to do with the jealousy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, it's PG podcast. I try to keep it that way because my kids listen and stuff. And Noah and Nick, if you're listening, don't say that word that Daddy said.
Daddy said a bad word.
Those are my thoughts. Oh.
So yeah, anybody listening that's not familiar with the whole situation, or if you don't know who Bob Mackey is, Bob Servo, you're not alone. Not many people do know who he is, but now you know, and just keep an eye out because I'm sure you haven't seen the last of him. And I know, Colin always says, and we'll say it on here sometimes, like, be good to each other. Don't be good to this guy.
No.
Be good to those who deserve it.
Yes.
This guy doesn't deserve it. So.
And that doesn't mean be good to those that just agree with you or anything.
Right.
I have two of my best friends are on the complete other side of the political spectrum from me. And we have very good conversations. Almost every freaking day is about politics at some point. You can disagree with somebody and still have a civil discussion, but to just try to snipe and character assassinate
and not even
and don't even have the balls to
speak
say
to that,
to
like,
that person.
right.
Yeah. Get a life, man.
Yeah.
Get a life, Bob Servo. Yeah. Bob Mackey. You probably won't even go by your real name because you're too scared. My name's Kevin White. It's my Twitter handle. I'm not trying to hide from nobody. He's the real Sean White. We ain't scared. Come at me, bro.
Better hit bullseye. The kid don't play. Vanilla Ice.
I know.
Okay.
I know. And I'm just too fired up. All I know is if you mess with the bull, you get the horns. What have you been playing this week, Sean?
Nothing. I don't know. Oh, no. I finished Mega Man 6.
Okay.
Not a bad game. It gets a bad rap. I thought it was fine.
I think it's just compared to what
5.
some people consider the perfection of 2 and 3 to be. Yeah.
I started Mega Man 5.
No bueno.
Not good.
Really?
It just seems much more difficult than the other one, and just it's that difficult where it's like
cheap.
Yeah, just
you're
difficult
me.
Just to be difficult. It's just I don't know. And I'll finish it. I'll beat the whole game at some point, but no, I've got Mario Kart 8 pre-ordered, so I'll have that on Friday.
So hyped.
We'll have some fun content coming your way soon after that.
Yep.
But no, that's pretty much all I've been playing. What about you?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep.
I don't have a lot more to say other than I killed my first T-Rex, the Thunderjaw. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. I did a nice little photo mode of me sitting next to that dead dude right next to me. This must be fighting that thing as I'm fighting this thing, and it didn't kill me once. Not because it was easy or anything like that. It's just I had like 3 full health. You know how I showed you how the health works, how you push up? I had 3 of those full, so I was stacked, and I had health potions. I used all my health stuff to beat this guy. But as you go through this game, you start to realize it's not like just like when you fight the humans. Yeah, it's okay.
Right.
It's just shoot them in the head if you can. I already got the trophy for 30 headshots very quickly because that's what you do. But when you fight these robots, from the little ones to the big ones, they all have a weakness. And the game is teaching you to look for those weaknesses. Like when you do your Batman Arkham Knight, vision thing, focus, like it tells you this is what this robot is. Here's some weaknesses. Here's what it's weak to. And you're like, okay. And now as I've been upgrading my weapons, there's different ammo I can use to go after them. I'm like, okay, everything is making sense now. So that was awesome. I killed the Thunderjaw. I don't think I breathed one time. Oh, what I was going to say is fighting this thing made me think people that like the Dark Souls games and stuff like that, fighting that thing made me realize why.
Yeah.
And there's a couple others like this giant alligator thing at one point. That one wasn't too bad because I was just up on a high rise. I was just craft some ammo, and I just poked away at him and I killed him. But so much fun. This game is just, in one word, this game is just special. I don't know how to put it into words. Like, I don't think it's going to surpass Zelda for me. I won't be surprised if this ends up in my top 10 list of all time, though. Like, this game is just special. The only thing that I can say as a critique on it is those facial, when you go to talk to somebody and it's like, camera's looking at you, camera's looking at me. Seems like, actually, what the funny thing is? Seems like almost everybody else in the game besides Aloy is animated pretty well. Whereas her is like, I'm going to go. Like it just, her words aren't, and the voice actor, I think it was Ashley Birch. Don't quote me. I think it's Ashley Birch did the voice. Great job. It's just, when I'm looking at Aloy and some of her face just isn't animated that well, it kind of takes me out of it. I'm thinking this may be a platinum.
Really?
Yep. it's not. I don't think it would be overly difficult. The thing that I looked at the trophies. One of the things that's going to suck is doing these hunting ground things. Like Adam and Nick talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
It's basically these time trial things and try to kill 10 dinosaurs with trip bombs in 30 seconds or something like that. That's going to be the most annoying part. And if I get to that and I'm like, this isn't fun, I don't want to do this, then I'll just say the hell with it. But it feels like a potential platinum. For a game this big, that's something good. The one thing I will say that I like that it does that Zelda didn't do, it's nice not having a stamina wheel. It's nice to be able to just run. Like, I can just run. You can also mount robot dinosaurs and stuff, and you can ride them. But I'm like, kind of like, I didn't like riding horses in Zelda. I don't like riding robot dinosaurs in this.
Really?
Like, there are times where if I got to go, and there is a fast travel system, which is nice. I do use that sometimes where if it's like, I'm going to go, I forgot about this one side quest that's way over there. And I'm way over here. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to fast travel, do the side quest, and come back and then keep going.
Yeah.
But like, I love just being in this world, and I love the story. I still don't know where the robot dinosaurs come from, or Aloy's backstory, or any of that yet. But it's starting to come together and everything, and I'm just very. The game is just special. Is like the only word I can say. I don't know how else to describe it other than it is special. I've never really liked. I never would have thought. Well, one of the things that worried me about this was that the main attack is a bow and arrow. Never been a big fan of bow and arrows in games, bows and arrows, other than when it's a secondary weapon. This is just like, it feels so right. Like, it felt good shooting arrows in Zelda also, because and you didn't do it, but I like the motion control.
I ended up doing it.
You did, because it just lets you go like.
Yeah, very fine-tuned. Yeah.
And the power-ups are good. I get it that you level up. Maybe I'm just because I'm not an RPG guy. I don't know. Maybe when you'll play it, you can be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's an RPG, whatever. But it's an action adventure game to me where you level up. And I guess maybe that just makes it an action RPG. I don't know.
Yeah, I obviously I'll have to play it, but
you have to play this game.
No, yeah. I'm just saying, I don't know. To me, it doesn't sound like an RPG. Just because you level up.
Just because you level up and you gain 10 HP every time you level up. I don't think that makes it a role-playing game.
No, not at all.
Action adventure, action RPG. But then, I mean, if you call Zelda an action RPG, then I guess this would be an action RPG. But I don't know.
Yeah.
This is why labels are stupid. Other than like sports game, like a sports game is a sports game. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Everything else, it's kind of like, and a platformer is a platformer. But then you've got action platformers and you've got whatever.
Yeah.
All right. News of the week time. Oh, so Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty is actually Call of Duty : WWII. The reveal is April 26th. That's the day you're watching this. What'd you think of that trailer, Sean?
Looked really cool. Looks
Did you like?
I like the guns and
okay.
You know, the
what are the graphics look good?
Graphics look pretty good. Yeah,
lots of shooting and stuff.
Lots of shooting. People getting shot and shooting other
tanks.
people.
Did you see the tanks?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and the explosions.
Explosions. Can't forget the explosions. Looks like a pretty nifty game.
What do you think about the narrative focus?
I like the narrative focus.
Yeah.
What did you think about the narrative?
I think it was focused on a narrative.
I mean, what else can you ask for?
And the multiplayer it's going to be there.
Yeah, there's like you can play with multiple players. Mm-hmm. So
online.
Yeah.
It's the first for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Obviously, we haven't seen the trailer yet. We're recording this Sunday night, but everything we said is probably going to apply. I will say again, I don't know that I'm going to buy it, especially because this is coming out November 3rd, 2 weeks before Battlefront. I don't know that I'm going to drop 120 on games that month. It interests me. I will be interested to see what the trailer shows. Again, my favorite Call of Duty was Black Ops. There's no more running on walls. There's no more jetpacks. There's none of that crap. Maybe if there's an interesting story, maybe I'd get for Christmas or something. I don't know. But it's not... If I do get... My ranking of first-person shooters right now for this fall is Battlefront, Destiny without having seen anything just because I love that first trailer, and then World War II, Call of Duty, the War of Worlds 2 is down at the bottom.
Yeah, for me it's Battlefront, All right.
That was his list.
That was my list.
So I don't know. It's interesting. Obviously, I'm not really hating on Call of Duty. I suck at it, okay? I suck. I can't. I'm too old.
I can't.
I just can't. My reflexes are not what they ever used to be. What? Some big news came out this week, though. Sean.
Yes.
What if I told you?
What if I told you?
What if I told you that Big Boss was really Gray Fox? Oh my God. They did it. They I didn't watch it, but they put out Python and Selkin put out a video. I'm not going to watch it because I just don't care. But they are, they're still doing the whole, gosh darn it, stupid Google Drive. I'm trying to kill time here. There. They put out a video still saying that Death Stranding is Silent Hills and there's a ruse going on. Yong, yeah, shout out to you. I love Yong, yeah. He finally put out a video and was like, look, I'm not going to get into it. And then he took it down. I guess he put it back up because people were coming up, oh, you just don't like Python Cellcom was right about Venom Snake and you weren't and blah, blah, blah. No, he's just like he has sources at Konami that have told him, like he was basically saying what my argument always is you would have to be saying that three publicly traded companies, Sony, Konami, and Guerrilla, are all working together and lying to investors. Like, this is the real world, okay?
Yeah, that doesn't fly.
Once you can't get past that point, it doesn't matter that there's umbilical cords and there was ropes and PT and all this other crap. None of that matters. Yong, yeah, went into the fact that, no, but the whole Konami, to even hint that it was all a ruse, that Konami would let their name get dragged through the mud for a year and a half now, that Kojima, like, it's all real. It's just ridiculous. Oh, it frustrates me. But I will be right when Death Stranding comes out in 2029 that it is not Silent Hills, and I will expect an apology from you, Python Selkin. Not really, I just don't care enough. What if I told you the mini SNES is real and it's coming before Christmas? From Eurogamer. Nintendo will follow up its smash hit NES micro console with a mini version of the SNES. By the way, how do you say that?
What?
How do you say the acronym for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System?
SNES.
Okay, so you're not a psychopath who says SNES.
SNES.
Okay. I've never once said that, and I'm not saying you're a psychopath if you do it, but it's funny. Damon at IGN put up a poll. 67% of people said they say SNES. So it's definitely a vast majority say SNES.
I mean, the people that say SNES, did they call the other one the NES?
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. The SNES Mini, kidding, the SNES Mini, or to continue the official branding, likely the Nintendo Classic Mini Super Nintendo Entertainment System, is currently scheduled to launch in time for Christmas this year. Development of the device is already underway, our sources have indicated. And Eurogamer they were right about the Switch. They're right about everything, so it's coming. Nintendo's plans for the SNES Mini are also a major reason why last year's NES Mini did not see a reprieve from discontinuation, despite the latter's continued popularity and sellout status. Last week, Nintendo explained it never intended the NES Mini to be a permanent product. From the company's perspective, the micro console was planned as a cool novelty item perfect for Christmas 2016, and the numbers in which it was manufactured and shipped were expected to be enough to suit its goal. You guys are idiots. They could have sold triple that easily, if not more. But the NES Mini ended up breaking out to become more popular than anticipated and quickly sold out, leading to a bustling resale market on eBay. NES Mini shipments continued into the early part of the year, but its production run could not be extended further as the SNES Mini was slated for production instead. Hopefully more stock, blah, 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 blah. Basically, they're just saying the reason that they canceled the NES Classic was because they had to start manufacturing the SNES Classic. Please, God, Nintendo, you did it very. Other than only having 2 million of the Switch available, you could have sold more. But I get that's a brand new console, probably rushed out too early. I get it. This thing is not hard to manufacture. This is just a little chip with an emulator running and some cool graphics.
Big plastic box.
That's it. Y'all better get like 10 million of these things out this Christmas, and I better be able to pre-order it. I don't want to have to go wait in line at 5, but I will do it. I will wait in line, and you will too. You
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
missing this one.
Well,
unless you're like on. Oh God.
as long as they don't screw up the.
Or if you're on your honeymoon, I gotta go on a honeymoon.
Actually, crap. I
Love you,
might.
Brittany. Yeah, you might be.
Yeah.
If they let me buy 2, I'll buy 2.
Yeah.
Or I'll just have Noah go up there with me and skip school. But like they let us pre-order it. They did such a good job with pre-orders for the Switch. We both pre-ordered 2, and I made $5 on the second one. Should we give them a refresher on what we predicted for the SNES Classic?
Yes.
And I think we're going to be right on 20 plus of these, if not 25. ActRaiser, Chrono Trigger, Contra 3. Contra 3. Contra 3. I was going to say, do I say the Alien Wars or not? And I just brain farted. Contra 3, the Alien Wars. Donkey Kong Country 2. Earthbound. Final Fantasy 3, in parentheses, 6. F-Zero. Gradius 3. Or Gradius 3. Harvest Moon. Killer Instinct. Kirby's Dream Land 3. Mega Man X. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it was 3 or a couple of them or something. NBA Jam. NHL 94. Out of This World. Pilot Wings. SimCity. Star Fox. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Super Bomberman. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Super Bomberman. Super Castlevania 4. By the way, it should have either just been Super Castlevania or Castlevania 4.
Right.
That always bugged me. Super Mario Kart. Super Mario RPG. Super Mario World. Super Mario World 2. Super Metroid. Super Punch-Out. Super Link to the Past. No. Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. UN Squadron, a personal favorite of ours. Shout out to Tim Murphy. And Zombies 8, My Neighbors. That's what we're predicting for the SNES Classic. We did that video before the NES the week before the NES Classic came out. So last November, that was our prediction. Yeah. We'll see. Again, we both agree it's the best console ever made, right?
Yes.
I don't know what else you could argue. I mean, maybe the PS4 ends up being close just because it's like it's got its games, but then it's got so many of those classic PS3 games are also on it because they got remasters and all this other stuff. I don't think it'll get there, but I mean, it's the Super Nintendo is number 1, NES is 2, and then everything after that is up for debate, I would say.
I don't think, even though Super Nintendo came out 25 years ago. Obviously, over 25 years, games have changed like crazy. 25 years from now, they'll be better. They'll be different.
But it's
not going to be. It's
But
not going
it's
to be
not-
as big of an improvement.
No, they're just going to be prettier.
But that being said, even though it will not be as much of a change, I don't think PS4 games, I could be wrong, I don't think PS4 games will stand the test of time like Super Nintendo games have. Some of them. Like Super Metroid,
Yeah.
Zelda 3, Mario World. Like these games have
They're perfect.
Right. They've not aged one bit.
Because now, and the thing now is you could do simple games. Nothing is simple anymore.
Right, yeah.
That's why we're going to talk about Shovel Knight here in a minute. That's why we love Shovel Knight was just simple. It was a throwback to when it was just difficult game,
A simpler time.
perfect controls, and pretty to look at. But
Yep.
it didn't have to be Death Stranding,
Right.
or Horizon Zero Dawn or Uncharted 4. It didn't have to be that. I don't know. I kind of agree with you because there's some, even going back and playing some PS3 games, they already don't hold up, the controls and everything. Because when you're working with 16 buttons on a controller instead of like 6 or 2, like everything just gets so complicated, and 2 sticks and all this other stuff. Like it's so complicated now.
Yeah.
Like imagine if Dad, has he played anything on PS3, PS4? I don't think so. What if we're like, here, go play Overwatch. You used to love playing Mario and play action football and all that stuff. Now go do a twin stick hero shooter. Good luck. He'd be like, oh, F this. I'm not doing this. This is horrible. And that's not a shot against Dad.
Right.
It's just like, that's how it is now.
That's how I am.
I can't play him either.
But for the love of God, Nintendo,
Do this right.
can we please just put some longer cords on the controllers?
No.
Or just make them wireless.
That.
But
Wireless.
I get, you want to keep it.
No, I don't care.
No, I know. That's why they do it.
They've done it once and everybody got really mad.
Yeah.
Don't do it this time.
I mean,
And-
wireless would be preferred. But if you have to put wires on them, just make them like
10 feet.
10 to
15
feet. Yeah.
30 feet.
Not like 4.
Here's the other thing. I want the controllers to be the SNES controller. Like, I love the NES. Well, why am I don't know. It's not out here. Like, the NES Classic controllers were the NES controllers. But you don't have to take it so far. Put a home button on there or something that lets you go to the menu so you don't have to go to the console and hit the reset button.
Right.
Put a home button up there. You keep looking at me funny. Is my hair messed up?
You got another big guy.
Oh, no. I got one of those eyebrows. I get mutant eyebrows. They're like 3 inches long sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, put a home button or a options button or something that will bring you back to the main screen, let you do a save state, let you switch games if you want to, so you don't have to go up and push the console.
Yeah.
The other thing, make it multi-tap compatible. It's just one more accessory for them to sell. That's why I hope they just do wireless and let you connect 4 controllers wirelessly. Like, imagine us playing old school Bomberman with 4 players on the SNES Classic. Oh, by the way, I want to go back and play Bomberman again because they put out a patch.
Oh, yeah, they updated
the difficulty, yeah. So they heard our cries. Thank you, Konami. I don't completely hate you. Good job. So the game is just, oh God, I cannot, I'm glad. Like I said it was real. You started wavering. You're like, oh man, we're never going to
I
get
thought
it.
for sure we were going to get it. And then, just last week, I'm like,
because of the discontinuation.
I don't think we're getting it. But I was wrong. I'm glad I was wrong, but
yeah. We still don't
wrong.
know for sure, but I'm sure it'll be out in November like the NES Classic was. And I'll either be waiting in line or, I'll be taking the day off one way or the other, either to, well, actually, no. Because Postal Service gets here so late. I'm not crying. I just was holding in a burp.
Postal Service gets here so late.
Very emotional. Next item. We got an update on Ultra Street Fighter 2 features. This might not be a big deal to everybody, but to us, we're very excited for this game. And this just I just saw there was a new trailer. I didn't see Capcom tweet it out or something. I'm sure they did, but I found it on IGN and went through all the features that this game has. So we already knew you could choose the HD graphics or the old school graphics. What are you going to want to play? The HD looks so nice. Like, I had the HD remix on PS3.
Yeah.
But there's something, those old graphics, they're just those that pixel art for Street Fighter 2 in all its forms was just so awesome. I don't know which I'm going to want to play.
I think I'll want to play the new one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it really.
Did you ever play the HD remix on my PlayStation 3?
What was it?
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo with these graphics.
Did I may have had that too, or unless I'm just thinking of
Ultra. You might be thinking of Ultra.
Yeah, 4. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
So we already knew about that, but we also knew there was going to be a buddy fight mode where 2 can go up against 1 when 2 become 1, like the Spice Girls said, and fight them. Also, there's an arcade standby mode, so this is cool. So you can play the arcade in single player while you wait for a new challenger to come. They're trying to simulate like how it was in the arcades. Somebody comes up with a quarter. This would be somebody online comes up and challenges you. It's pretty cool. There will be casual and ranked online matches. I'm sure it'll be the same way Street Fighter V was, where if you want to up your fight money or whatever, there won't be, there's nothing to unlock here. They're giving you everything in the game. But if you want to level up your ranking or whatever, you'll have to do ranked matches. There's a color editor, which is really, it's not just like, when they had originally said this, I was like, oh, you can pick any color that they've had throughout all the Street Fighter 2 games. My favorite is Ryu, the light blue with the red bandana in Super. I love the Turbo also, where it was like the white, but it was almost whitish bluish, and with the same color bandana. But what this color editor is, you can change the color of everything. Color skin, hair, every part of the uniform of what they wear, every part of their outfit, you can customize every color. I'm like, oh God, I'm going to waste way too much time on that but I cannot wait. I'm going to come up with some really crappy stuff. Like, I can make Ryu look like Ken. I can give Ryu yellow hair and a red dogi or whatever it's called.
Dogi?
Is that what it's called? What's a dogi? A dogi Photoshop.
It's just a gi.
Gi.
I don't know where the dough came from.
Dogi. They finally said what the name this is. Have you seen this first person thing where you grab the two Joy-Con and you can throw Hadoukens? It's called Way of the Hado mode, and you're like trying to get to Shredder. You're trying to get to M. Bison. I don't know why I went there. Flashing back to trivia night. And there's these Shadowloo soldiers coming at you, and you can dragon punch them using motion, or you can shoot fireballs at them and stuff. I'll probably do it once just to try it out because I'll look like an idiot. But it is what it is. One other thing, if you played in handheld mode on the Switch, they have touchscreen finisher. So if you're playing, you can just go, whoa, boom. So if you're like Zangief or T-Hawk or somebody with these crazy circles that you got to do, you can just touch the screen. It's kind of like cheating, but...
That's like how Nick's...
Yes.
Whatever he has
super,
on the DS.
Super, what does he have? I think he's got Super Street Fighter 4 on the DS.
Yeah.
And the bottom screen you can
Yeah,
touch.
you can just...
What I think they should do, and maybe they will, they didn't say this. If you're playing online in a ranked match and you're playing in handheld mode, that should not be an option. You should have to actually perform the super moves.
Right.
You shouldn't be able to use touchscreen. If you're just playing with your buddy or you're playing against the computer, then that's fine. But I don't think you should be able to. Maybe in casual matches, that's fine. Ranked matches, you shouldn't be able to do that. And there's also an art gallery with over 1,400 drawings from Street Fighter II throughout the years. This game is so seminal to us and so important that that's something that really interests me. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. We're going long this week. There is a 1 terabyte regular PS4 that is out. I think it's out now or it's coming out for $299. So if you don't have a PS4 yet and you don't want to spend the extra $100 to get the Pro, you can now get a 1 terabyte PlayStation 4 instead of the 500 gig, which I'm starting to really like. Especially now that the boys just got, like, they got Madden and they got Harry Potter and they got Plants vs. Zombies or whatever. I'm like, God, I'm trying to install Horizon. By the way, sidebar, when I was trying to install Horizon Zero Dawn,
Yeah.
I had 70 gigs free. And it says, oh, you don't have enough space. I'm like, how big is this friggin' game? Finally cleared something out. I think I finally deleted Metal Gear Solid 5. It broke my heart. Installed it. Go to check the size of the thing. 40.2 gigs. I'm like, what the hell? So I don't know if I had to like cache some of it. Like how sometimes like when you do an update on these things, you need more space available than what the actual install is.
Right.
So that was annoying. But I'm starting to see why. I don't know if I can ever clear out that dang laptop that we do all this on and get it down to where it's like, I don't know why it's a 500 gig laptop that I'm the only one that uses, but there's only 30 gigs free. There's nothing on it. If I get that to where I can use that extra hard drive for my PlayStation, I'm to the point now where I get it. Like, I don't want to, when the next game comes out, I don't want to delete Noah's games.
Right.
You know? And I'm also not going to go buy a Pro.
No, I mean, that's how it's been for me the last couple, like Resident Evil and...
Yep.
What else would
I
have
deleted
gotten?
Resident Evil finally. I'll reinstall it whenever Not a Hero comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, 1 terabyte PlayStation 4 Slim is coming. As you're reading this, watching or listening to this, Shovel Knight, Specter of Torment thing is now out. Wii U, 3DS, PS Vita, PS3, and PS4. I am so excited to play that.
Wait, so when does it come out?
It comes out Tuesday, but by the time they're watching this,
Right. I just want to know for myself. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. We're very excited. Spectre Torment looks like so much fun. Also, with that comes the co-op mode. Check back, I think Friday. Don't quote me, but I think Friday for a Let's Play, we're going to do the co-op mode in Shovel Knight and see what that's all about. That sounds like a lot of fun. One of the best games of the last 5 years. Glad they keep supporting it. They still got to do the King Knight thing, but then hopefully after that, they're going to release King Knight and say, oh, and by the way, here's a promotional art of Shovel Knight 2, is what I really hope.
Yeah.
Don't make another game. I know you guys Yacht Club tweeted me that one time. We're like, what if we make something that's not Shovel Knight? They're like, well, I would be disappointed, but I'll probably buy it because you guys are awesome. So we'll see how that goes. Like Sean said, Mario Kart 8 is coming out this week. It's coming out this Friday. It is just freaking destroying Metacritic right now. It's at a 94 on Metacritic. Mario Kart 8 on Wii U. Oh, it's the same game. They're just putting it out on the Switch. It's the same game. It's waste of money. That was an 88 on Metacritic. What I've read is this seems like it's a lot smoother. Like Mario Kart 8, when you played it in full screen mode, beautiful.
Yeah.
When you played in 4-thing mode, still pretty, but you could tell the frame rate dropped by half. I think it's 60 frames per second no matter what in this. I think, don't quote me. So that's cool. They've got the battle mode that supposedly is best battle mode they've ever done. I've heard some people saying. They also got rid of this one glitch, I guess, in Mario Kart 8. You could do something where, though, if you jumped while you were going, you could like get an infinite, like if you used a mushroom, I think it was, and you did like a jump at a certain interval or something, you could like have full speed power up for the whole race from some glitch. They got rid of that. I didn't even know that was out there. I probably would have tried to use it. Couple more things here. So NPD came out for March finally. Ghost Recon was the number one selling game in March. Ghost Recon Wildlands. Don't care anything about it. It's also the number one selling game of the year this far. That's crazy. I would have thought the number one selling game of the year would have been Resident Evil, honestly.
Yeah, because it launched
in January.
Early January.
It was out on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, Ghost Recon's out on everything also, but I mean, I just don't really gravitate towards the multiplayer, basically only games, so didn't really care about this, but it's number one. Number two for NPD in March was Zelda. That's crazy. For something that is a console exclusive, you don't usually see that, especially when one of the consoles it's on, when there's only 14 million consoles that it could be on out in the wild. That's huge.
Right.
They didn't say the exact numbers, and actually it didn't even include digital, so it might have been number one. But Nintendo, I guess they don't release the digital numbers until they feel like they want to say it. But they don't release them to NPD. So Zelda actually could have been number one. That's awesome. And then I think Horizon, I didn't write it down, but Horizon was either 3 or 4, so it's still holding steady. And again, they think that is going to sell about 8 million in the first year. Games with gold for the X-Bone were announced for May. Gianna Sisters, no idea. And Lara Croft, Temple of Osiris. That game is fun. It's a 3D top-down isometric shooter thing that's reviewed very well. Looked like it would be fun. If it was a PS Plus game, I'd probably play it. Xbox 360 got Force Unleashed 2 and Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. I'm just going to go out a limb.
Say Xbox wins.
I'm going to guess they win again. Now, Force Unleashed 2, everybody said it was not as good as Force Unleashed 1.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like saying New Super Mario isn't as good as Super Mario 3, you know?
Right.
So I don't have any experience with it. I know there were some people that really liked it, but it wasn't as good as the first one. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga is supposed to be really good. The Lego games have never really tickled my fancy. Just the little bit I've played of them, like when the boys had the Lego Avengers, it never stuck.
They're kind of fun, but they get old quick.
But aren't they like, isn't it a lot of collectathon stuff where you gotta get all the little pieces everywhere and everything? And
that's some of it, yeah. But I think Star Wars is the perfect IP to do it with.
Do host me.
But they're fun, but yeah, they get old kind of quick.
Yep. That was the news of the week, but that's not the end of the podcast because it is that time when we play the It's the Back of the Box challenge. Was it that bad?
You were a little off there.
I'm always a little off. If you didn't know, the Back Box Challenge is how we end the two-player co-op podcast here every week. What this game is we look at a previously released retail game, we turn it over, and we look at the back of the box per the name, the Back of the Box Challenge. We read that description aloud to the other player, bleep out any pertinent information that would give the game away or make it too obvious, and, you know, the points aren't real and the questions don't matter. Then the other person does get to ask questions that are yes or no to try and whittle down what they think the game is. Then they guess the game, and if they get it right, then they don't get to wear the cone of shame. But if they get it wrong, they have to wear the cone of shame. What is a cone of shame, you ask? We don't have one, but maybe one day we'll do a podcast with one of us wearing the cone of shame, like a dog. Sean.
Oh, crap. I forgot my belt again.
Damn, you're supposed to bring your belt. When we live stream episode 75, I want you to wear it the whole time.
Deal.
Done. But bring it before then, because I want to see it again. I want to hold it. All right, who wants to go first? Who wants to read first?
I think I read first this time. All right. Sticks and stones might make him groan, but blank will really tick him off.
I feel like I've read. I feel like I don't know. Okay, keep going. There's something about that sticks and stones thing that I've heard before.
Blank
heard before sounds a lot like heard before. I just realized that. Continue.
Blank is the name and fun is the game when this blank sets out to clean house. Fists and feet fly as well as other parts as
Wait, so is it an animal? Do you play as an animal? Other parts?
I'm going to say you don't play as an animal.
What other part? You're trying to keep a straight face, so it's something you
it's
play
just-
as kind
I mean,
of an animal.
You'll see. As blank and his blank friends smack it out in blank action. Blank, 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 blank are the members of the
Mighty
Can I
Morphin
say
Power
that?
Rangers.
Yeah, never mind. All right, blank, 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 blank.
Now, how many blanks are there though?
Blank, 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 blank.
I lost count. Never
Blank.
mind. Okay. He has this many friends? You have to bleep out every name?
Are the members of the mud-slinging mob who are determined to be top dog.
They're the bad guys. Okay.
So fire up your blank and let the fun begin. After all, who hasn't wanted to... I can't say that. Well, I mean, who hasn't wanted to give a noogie to a blank?
And did it all for the noogie.
That's it.
That Sticks and Stones thing sounded so familiar. Now I have no idea what the hell this is this a 90s game?
Yes.
Is it a console exclusive?
No.
Is it a 16-bit 90s game?
Yes.
Is it a Sticks and Stones? That was a really long back of the box.
Yeah, there's a lot here.
Did we own this?
No.
16-bit. Is it a Capcom game?
No.
Konami?
No.
Accolade?
No.
Sunsoft?
No.
Hudson?
No.
LJN?
No.
Okay. Is this part of a series?
Yes.
Is it the first in the series?
Yes.
Okay. When did this series end? Is this series still going?
No.
Okay. Did it transcend generations? Did it live on past 16-bit? It made sense what I was saying.
I think so.
Is this a platformer?
No.
Is it an action game?
No.
Is it a role-playing game?
No. Okay, yeah, it transcended generations.
I guess transcended wasn't what I was trying to say, but it kind of was. First in a series, part of a series. It went past, but it seems like it didn't. Okay.
I think the first one is the one that people are most familiar with. I guess I would say.
Does it have a is it a licensed game?
No.
Does it have a recognizable main character? Like, well-known outside of gaming?
No.
Is this played from a side... Wait. I said play. Is it played from a side-scrolling perspective?
Yeah. Yeah.
Only?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's not a platformer, and it's not an action game. Right?
Right.
Well, what the hell is there? Is it a shooter? Is it a shmup?
No.
I have no idea what the hell this is. I'm going to wear the cone of shame. Oh. Is this a well-remembered game? Did it review? Is it a well... Do you think of it as a good game?
Me personally?
Sticks and stones, break his bones.
I remember it being fun. I mean, not great, but...
Sticks and stones. I don't know what the hell... I don't know what the hell... I can't even think of the genre.
I can tell you who made it. I don't know if that'll
Okay.
help you.
It doesn't seem like it's going to if I went through all the names.
Interplay.
Oh. But... I mean, it's not out of this world because that does not describe that at all. No. Wait. No, you said you play as a human.
No, I didn't.
You don't play as an alien. Okay. Do you play as an alien or a... Oh. Wait. Do you play as a worm?
No. It's not Earthworm Jim.
Did Interplay make that? I think they did.
I have no idea. Maybe.
Okay, you never answered my question. Do you play as an alien?
You maybe? I don't know.
So you don't know what you play as?
I will say you play as multiple. I would say I'll say people, but not
Multiple
people.
characters?
Yes.
Interplay. Wait, but no, it's not that. It's not a Lost Vikings game.
No.
Because those are clearly people.
Vikings are people.
Gosh,
too.
I can picture that Interplay logo with like the foom.
Yep.
But oh god, what other games was it on? It's the first in a series. It's not any kind of action game. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not that either. It's not Lemmings. Is it a puzzle game?
No.
It's not Lemmings.
I mean, it's not an action game, but it's. I mean, action could cover about 7 different.
Is it a
genres.
beat 'em up?
No.
It's not a beat 'em up. It's not a shooter. It's not an action platformer. What else can an action game be, man? I don't know why my voice did that.
Man.
What is the genre?
Fighting.
Beat 'em up. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Is this done in a claymation style?
Yes.
Is it Clay Fighter?
Yes.
I meant to say fighting earlier, and I just freaking damn it, shoot.
Bad Mr. Frosty.
Oh, that would have given it away.
Taffy. Bonker. Blob. Helga.
Because it was Clay Fighter 33 and a third, Clay Fighter 64.
You're thinking of Naked Gun.
No, what?
No. There's Clay Fighter, and then I think it was just Clay Fighter 2. And then there was Clay Fighter
60
63 and a third.
Oh, is that
like
what?
that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're thinking of Naked Gun.
No, but I thought there was a 33.
I'm like, once you get the genre, you're gonna get it.
Well, yeah,
but-
because there's no other fighting game that Interplay did.
No.
There is no defense.
This is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
There's no cure. Each of our casualties just increases their numbers. Russia went dark over a year ago. Europe fell weeks later. The blank will reach the other continents within days. It is July 11th, blank. Amidst the ruins of England, U.S. and British forces take a final stand. In a world where... No, that's it.
Is it? Are there zombies in this game?
No.
No, sounds like zombies.
Let the zombies hit the floor.
All right. Okay. This sounds like newer-ish. Is this newer than like January 1st, 2000?
Yes.
Is it PlayStation 4?
No.
3?
Yes.
Console exclusive?
Yes.
Oh, is this
Damn it, shoot.
what's the game?
You already know it. Damn it, you just don't know the name. The only thing I bleeped out was the bad guys, and then the date is 1951. But I don't know why I bleeped it out because you didn't play this game, so it doesn't mean anything.
It's
to you.
what is the game called? It's It's first person shooter.
Yes.
Yeah. What? I can picture the
You
guy,
gotta
the
guess the
character.
game.
I can see his face.
Oh, you think you can? You might not know what this is then. Never mind.
No, I mean not the bad guy.
Okay.
The bad guys. Raise your remote.
I was gonna say, hey yo,
The bad guy.
de Bella de Ball. You're not. You can look over there. It's not on that box. It did not transcend generations.
No.
I wish it would.
Wait, it didn't. There was never one on PS4.
No.
What is this stupid game called?
No, that's not how this works. I would have typed interplay 16-bit game. If you're listening on audio, he picked up his phone to try to do research.
God.
Who do you fight in the game?
Like aliens and stuff.
Okay. Their name. You want to know their name? It's not going to help you with the name of the
Yeah.
game. The Chimera.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you know what it is.
What's it start with?
R.
Resistance. Fall Man.
Look at how awesome that's what I was saying. That's one of my favorite.
Yeah, I remember like the teeth. Like,
That's one of my favorite front of the boxes ever. But look at Resistance. Look at the word Resistance. It's London. You see Big Ben and stuff.
oh, I never noticed that before.
So cool. Although it doesn't really make sense because the Chimera don't wear the helmets. That's a human helmet on a Chimera skull. But it still looks awesome.
yeah, that's kind of.
I loved Resistance 1 and 2. 1 definitely didn't hold up because I went back and tried to play it a few years ago and I was like, holy crap, this controls horribly. Resistance 2 was a lot of fun. And I never played 3. That's one of those games I've talked about on here before. I regret that I didn't get to play it. See, it's almost, I should stop. I'm like, I do too many old games. But when it's a new game, it's like it's too easy.
No, not necessarily.
Seems
I just lucked out because I'm like, I got to PS3 and PS3 exclusive.
See, I need to stop doing PlayStation. I need to stop. I need to go out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, out of your comfort zone.
Thank you, everybody. This has been episode 70 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. We're 5 episodes away from live streaming episode 75. We still need to test out our equipment for that.
Yes.
We're going to live stream episode 75 Friday night, May 26th, I think it is. Come join us. Look for that. We're both going to go through our top 75 games of all time.
Do that.
Yeah, you do need. Did you crumple up my notes?
Yeah.
I need them. Damn it, shoot. Thank you guys so much for being here. Of course, we are part of the Nerd 901 family. Go to nerd901.com for all things nerdy you need to know about in Memphis and around the globe. Also, check out Pixels and Papers. If you like RPGs and tabletop games, they're the place to go. They came on with us a couple weeks ago. Had a great Friday video with those guys. It was a lot of fun making that. So go check that out. Of course, if you want to find us on Twitter, I'm at Kevin. I don't even know my name. I'm at Kevin White 24. He's at Real Sean White. Together, we're at 2player_co-op. Again, if you're watching this, obviously, you know we have a YouTube page. But if you don't, now you do. Hit the subscribe button. Share it with your friends. We're on a quest to get to 500 by the time we do episode 75. I may have set the goal a little bit too high. But again, our original goal was 250, so we blew that out of the water. Thanks to all of you. Thanks you guys so much. If you like what you see, really though, seriously, please share the video. Share it with your friends. Tell them to subscribe. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much. And if you're watching this somewhere else, just go to youtube.com/2playercoop. Hit that subscribe button there. It means a lot to us. Of course, if you like audio, you can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and audio services all around the world. And of course, we have a Facebook page that we never update. Facebook.com/2playercoopgaming. It actually popped up and was like, you haven't updated anything in a while. It notified me. I'm like, well, whatever. I mean, it's everywhere else. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. This has been episode 70. And until the next time, Sean, you can take us out.
I was going to say,
be good
to each other,
but not to Bob Servo.
But not to Bob Servo. You took the words out of my mouth. And thank you for playing.
Bye, guys. Nailed it.